Green Bay's offense maybe didn't have the hot start that they would hope for coming out of the bye week, only 10 points at halftime. But after the break, riding their running back, Josh Jacobs, on his way to a season-high 93 rushing yards and those 2 scores. Matt LaFleur thinking back to the preseasons of 2021 and 2022, where Aaron Rodgers and the first-team offense did not play at all. Now, how did that turn out? Well, in week 1 of each of those seasons, they got crushed. Yeah, Dave, Jacob Mizorowski certainly deserves a ton of credit. You mentioned the franchise record 11 strikeouts, but I'll do you one better. As a team, 20 strikeouts for the Brewers. Now that ties the MLB record for a 9-inning game, not just on opening day, but any regular season game for that matter. This time last year, the question of who might be the Packers' wide receiver 1 seemed to be at the center of training camp, at least until Matt LaFleur said that term made him want to vomit. So while it hasn't come up quite as much this year, the search on the outside, at least, for any sort of hierarchy when it comes to the pass catchers remains. Looking at the list of players that the Packers brought in for their pre-draft 30 visits, only one of those players is off the board. That's Arizona State offensive tackle Maxi Honachor. He went 21st overall last night to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Other than that, all the guys they had their eyes on are still available at the start of round 2. Now, will they be available when pick 52 rolls around, the Packers' first pick of this draft? That's what remains to be seen. Lambeau Field is a different beast, but 2 Packers rookies might be better equipped for 70,000 screaming fans more than the rest of that group. Matthew Golden and Barron Sorrell. Now, the pair played together at the University of Texas last year, advancing to the college football playoff, playing in front of some pretty big crowds there. But also, they were both here in Green Bay for April's draft to hear their names called. Going for revenge against Minnesota after losing both times to the Vikings last year. Jordan Love not tasked with a ton in this one. The Vikings up 3-0 early on Green Bay's first drive. Love finds Dontavian Wicks. Yak attack. Wicks fights for yardage down at the 1-yard line. No Josh Jacobs in the backfield. No problem. Emmanuel Wilson punches it in. The Packers take a 7-3 lead. J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota driving, facing 4th and 1 here, though. Kingsley Enagbare brought the stuffing early. Turnover on downs. The Packers eat up over 8 minutes on the ensuing drive. Wilson churning out yards, 107 total for him. The first Packers back to have over 100 in a game this year. They cap off that drive with 3 from Brandon McManus. He's back in action after missing last week with that quad injury. It's a 10-6 advantage for Green Bay at halftime. Now the Packers start with it after the break, but forced to punt. Daniel Whelan sends it right down near the goal line. A good bounce, looks like it's just pinning the Vikings deep, but wait, it bounces off of Minnesota's Miles Price. Zane Anderson on it first. Green Bay takes over with goal to go. Just 2 plays later, Wilson's second score of the day makes it a 17-6 lead. Ramel Bethia, now 28 years old, worked odd jobs after graduating high school before he was approached by a recruiter for the Marines. His tattoos on his arms meant he couldn't join the Marines, but led him to the Navy, where he went on to serve for 5 years.
It matured me a lot, and it was like a perfect stepping stone for me to take life serious and find what I'm here on this earth for.
After hardly playing the sport growing up, it was in the Navy where Bethia first fell in love with basketball.
They seen how I was playing, my build and everything. They was like, ain't no way you never played before. I just continued to do it as in like a getaway from the military life. Once I got out the military, I did JUCO in California. Try to get a degree and do basketball and see where it can take me. So far, it's been taking me to different places.
His next stop taking him here to Green Bay for a Phoenix team that won just 4 games last year in the first season under head coach Doug Gottlieb. But with Bethia among many reinforcements on the way, he's confident that this group has the chance to turn things around.
My playing style is kind of exciting, like blocking shots, snatching rebounds, and that's what he needs, you know what I mean? And I feel like the people he have around here, the people he brung along, and the people he also kept, they got that same vision, and it didn't take me long to see that.
His whole personality, his whole thing is infectious. And honestly, that's kind of the whole group. His whole persona, everybody loves him. He's smiling and enjoying himself. It's all new. He didn't do the 6 games, in 2 days in AAU and grinding it through and going to various colleges and going to various high schools. So this is all new and fresh to him. He's like coaches. He likes coming to practice.
Another source of motivation, Bethia's 4-year-old son, hoping to lay the foundation for an even brighter future.
The footsteps I'm gonna have him following is gonna be a little different from mine. I'm gonna have him start a little earlier than me, way earlier than me, but I want to raise a little basketball player myself, so if he wants to do that, then he'll be happy with what his dad did.
Eric, Heitaro Hayashi grew up in Tokyo, Japan, idolizing baseball players like Shohei Ohtani. Now, after 3 years of college baseball here in the States, helping the Rockers clinch their spot in the postseason in a city that just a month or two ago he didn't know a whole lot about.
No, I have no idea. I've never heard about Green Bay, so I didn't know anything.
He still hasn't visited Lambeau Field, but having a great time in Northeast Wisconsin nonetheless.
I would say 10 of 10. I love this town, Green Bay. It's fans, teammates, team, very good.
Heitaro's baseball journey started at the age of 7, and after high school brought him stateside, first for 2 years at Phoenix Junior College.
That was the first time I came to the States. I've never been any other country. I've been 18 years in Japan. I knew a couple people who play in college baseball in the States, but I had no idea what's the process.
After his time in Phoenix, Heitaro playing this past season at Wagner College on Staten Island, pitching 56 innings and finishing with a 6-2 record.
He was at the Division I level for this past year, and so for us it was kind of you love getting those D1 guys, and he just was excited to come here, excited to see a different part of the country, and excited to just jump in full force.
Pitching even better in the Northwoods League, a sub-3 ERA across his 5 appearances, and his value going far beyond the mound, helping his team communicate with another teammate from Japan.
Koshiro Ono, he speaks a little less English than Heitaro, so Heitaro is the guy that if we need to communicate well with Ono, we'll get him in there and kind of bridge that gap a little bit. Those two guys are the best teammates we have. They live together, they're close enough to walk to the stadium, so they've built a bond too. Our team has rallied around those two guys. Those guys, I mean, if you're at a game and you just hear, oh no, well, something bad didn't happen, our guys just say, oh no. Our guys really enjoy him.
After all that success, Heitaro entering the transfer portal. For those who follow college sports religiously, learning how the portal works can be a chore for Heitaro.
I mean, honestly, I have no clue too. I don't know what's gonna happen, so every single day texting with coaches, I have no idea.
I want to see him go to a school that values him, because he can truly pitch. In a world of velocity, he necessarily isn't always that, but he's a guy that's going to go get out, so I hope he goes somewhere where he can go get valued and go get on the field and pitch.
Wherever his journey takes him next, Heitaro knows where he ultimately wants to end up.
My goal is, of course, to be drafted. I want to go back home, like NPB in Japan or MLB, either way. So, just keep going what I'm doing and then to be pros, yeah.
Hayashi signing with the Rockers for just the first half of the season, so his time in Titletown coming to a close, but the first place team just getting started. They're back home at Capital Credit Union Park tomorrow night against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Not only Brian Gutekunst getting an extension, head coach Matt LaFleur not going anywhere either.
That was Ed's decision, but fully supportive of it, because obviously I had the opportunity to work with him for 7 years really closely. He's an excellent football coach. To get where we're going, he's the guy we need. He's as eager as anybody to get back at it. Nobody's really satisfied, obviously, with kind of how this season ended. So it's kind of, we've been through these before, where it's as soon as the season ends, you want to get started on the next one, because you're just not satisfied with where we want to be. But I think, along with Russ, I think the three of us over the last 7 years have really found a really good working relationship, and where we can lean on each other and support each other. I was happy, obviously, that we're all coming back to keep going.
That brain trust of Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, and Russ Ball now entering year 8 together. And of course, they haven't reached a Super Bowl yet, but Goody confident that they're as close as they need to be to get over the hump.
We're not going to move in together. I mean, we work pretty close together. I mean, it was the daily conversations, and so I think that would almost be really hard. Anytime you've been together 7 years, you almost feel part of each other at sometimes, but share the same brain. So yeah, I mean, it's a really good working relationship. Excited to keep going.
But don't be fooled. Just because Goody, LaFleur, and Ball are back doesn't mean the green and gold are just running it back.
I think every year is on its own, and we got to start from the beginning, and we got to build our foundation, and then I think take a long look at some of the things that we haven't been doing the last 2 years and try to be better there.
At Lambeau Field, Joe DuBois, Action 2 Sports.